Wide area networks, or WANs, are the backbone to many enterprise networks. So understanding how to set up and manage WAN technologies could be a critical part of your success in IT. Welcome to round 3 of our CCNA courses, where we're going to be studying all about wide area networks. It's packed full of great information and hands-on experience to get you the skills that you need to be successful. This course is going to build off of your core networking skills as we learn more advanced topics around networking. My name is Andrew Grimes, owner of TechKnowSurge, and I'll be your techno DJ serving up techno content just for you. Join me as we learn how to build out well-functioning networks that are easy to manage. This course has a lot of information, and much of the information is covering more advanced topics and some concepts that are more complex. But that's okay, because we're gonna stair-step our way into this information. So we're gonna start out real basic and work our way up through this information and really build off of it. We're gonna start out by learning more about wide area networks and what they are and some of the technologies involved. Then we're gonna get into configuring our WAN links. Then just because we configure the WAN links doesn't mean we have end-to-end connectivity. So we're gonna start talking about routing and how routing works. We'll get into static routes and how to set up communication using static routes. We'll get into dynamic routing protocols and look into RIP and some other routing protocols. And then we're going to take a deep dive into OSPF. Now, OSPF is a big topic, so we're going to break that down into a few different modules. We're going to start out by just looking at OSPF and how to configure OSPF. Then we're going to take a look at more advanced settings with those OSPF. And then we'll take a look at OSPF in multi-access networks and some things that we got to consider when we're dealing with multi-access networks. Then we're going to get into the implementation of OSPF within our network that we're going to set up. Then we'll take a look at NAT, and we'll set that up in our network. NAT is network address translation, or port address translation is another variant of that. And so we're going to look at what that is and how to set it up on our network. And then we'll take a look at ACLs and how we can start protecting the perimeter of our network. Once we set up ACLs on our network, then we're going to get into tunneling traffic and VPNs and what that looks like. The content of this course is based off of the college courses I teach and the real-world experience that I have working as a technician on a lot of different infrastructures. I also go really closely to all of the objectives and make sure that I cover all of the information that you could be tested on. In fact, I even have a question bank of all of the test questions to make sure that I cover those topics specifically and that you are prepared for that exam. The college courses that I teach is through the Cisco NAT curriculum. I've modeled these courses off of the official Cisco curriculum. I'm not going to give you the direct questions that are going to be on the CCNA exam. That would be unethical of me. However, I am going to give you some great certification tips and questions that are really going to help you prepare for the exam and understand what's going to be on the exam. This course is really designed for anybody who's studying for their CCNA or anyone that just needs to know more about setting up wide area networks using Cisco devices. Before starting in on this course, I do really recommend that you have a great understanding of Layer 2 and Layer 3 when it comes to networking and the interaction between Layer 2 and Layer 3. I'll be doing some review in the course, but it's with the understanding that you already have a great foundational knowledge with these two layers. Also, I'm going to be jumping into configuring these devices, and I'm going to already assume that you know how to navigate the Cisco IOS. So some basic configuration around the Cisco IOS is recommended. This is one of 5 courses that I created for studying for the CCNA, and I broke it down this way so that way I can better cover the information and you can more easily go through the information in an organized way. So let the fun and games begin. Sign up for the course and let's start jumping into these networking topics.